Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nama saya Entusiastik. Saya adalah salah satu dosen pada program studi Pendidikan Bahasa Inggris Fakultas Keguruan dan Ilmu Pendidikan Universitas Islam Kadiri, Kediri, Jawa Timur. Dalam video ini saya akan menampilkan cuplikan sesi pembelajaran pada mata kuliah Academic Listening Speaking yang ditawarkan untuk mahasiswa semester 2 pada prodi kami. Mata kuliah ini terdiri dari 4 SKS dan menggabungkan 2 skill, yaitu skill listening dan skill speaking dalam satu mata kuliah. Pertimbangan untuk menggabungkan 2 skill ini adalah karena dalam berkomunikasi, 2 aspek ini tidak terpisahkan. Kita bisa merespon dengan baik apabila kita menyimak sebuah pesan yang disampaikan dengan baik pula. Dalam pembelajaran bahasa, listening juga berfungsi sebagai input karena pembelajar bisa terekspos pada language expressions atau language models yang disimak melalui audio atau video, dan input ini selanjutnya bisa digunakan dalam speaking practice. Cuplikan video menggambarkan pertemuan kedua yang mendukung CPMK pertama, yaitu memahami teknik mengorganisasi, merangkum, dan menyajikan informasi akademik, dan Sub-CPMK di mana mahasiswa mampu menggunakan ungkapan dan kosakata akademik dalam presentasi maupun diskusi. Dalam pembelajaran, saya menganut communicative approach, di mana bahasa dipelajari dalam konteks yang autentik, sehingga konten yang diberikan kepada mahasiswa dalam ruang kelas tetap relevan untuk mendukung skill berkomunikasi mahasiswa di luar kelas. Sesi pembelajaran dimulai dengan survei yang bertujuan untuk mengetahui persepsi dan ekspektasi dari pembelajar bahasa terkait penggunaan bahasa Inggris. Selanjutnya dalam sesi penyampaian materi, saya membahas tentang perbedaan academic English versus everyday English, di mana penggunaan kosakata tertentu dalam ranah akademik itu berbeda dengan penggunaan bahasa yang lebih casual dalam konteks colloquial English. Meskipun sesi pembelajaran dilaksanakan secara daring, akan tetapi interaksi maupun peran aktif dari mahasiswa merupakan aspek yang sangat penting. Oleh karenanya, saya memberikan kesempatan seluas mungkin bagi mahasiswa untuk menyampaikan pertanyaan, menyampaikan pendapat, maupun merespon pertanyaan dengan memberikan jawaban menggunakan fitur-fitur yang tersedia pada video conferencing tool yang saya gunakan. Selama sesi berlangsung, mahasiswa aktif terlibat dalam tanya jawab, karena selain berfungsi sebagai sarana untuk membangun interaksi, dengan bertanya jawab, maka kita sebagai dosen pengampu juga bisa menggunakan hal ini sebagai alat evaluasi untuk mendapatkan informasi terkait sejauh mana pemahaman mahasiswa akan materi yang sudah kita sampaikan. Saya juga memutarkan sebuah video di mana video ini menjadi bahan diskusi lebih lanjut, dan juga melalui video ini mahasiswa bisa melihat dalam contoh nyata bagaimana penggunaan academic language yang disampaikan melalui sebuah presentasi akademik. Sesi pembelajaran ditutup dengan tanya jawab, di mana mahasiswa mempunyai kesempatan untuk mengklarifikasikan hal-hal yang dirasa belum jelas dan bisa mendapatkan umpan balik terkait hal-hal yang sudah dipraktekkan selama sesi materi berlangsung. Demikian pengantar video yang dapat saya sampaikan untuk cuplikan pembelajaran mata kuliah Academic Listening and Speaking dengan topik pembahasan Academic English versus Everyday English. Terima kasih dan Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I hope you can see my screen, everyone.
Yes.
All right, thank you. So the first part will be looking into academic versus everyday English. And actually, as just like any other speaking session classes that you have, either with me or Miss Cindy. We really hope that you will be interacting. So, whenever you have questions, you want to say something, you want comments, feel free to turn on your microphone. You can ask questions, you can comment, you can answer or respond to the question too. Okay, I'm going to start the session by asking you to give your opinion over several statements regarding your attitude to English language. Okay, so the first statement is, I want to speak English with a perfect native speaker accent. Yes or no? You can say yes, you can react, use some emoticon, show thumbs up if you think that you want to speak English with a perfect native speaker accent. You can turn the microphone on.
For me, why I want to speak English with a perfect native speaker accent, because when I heard native speaker when they speak, it's like adorable, like amazing song. So when I heard they speak, I was imagine like when I can speak like they like that. So so
Okay.
yeah, so that's why I want to speak English like like a native speaker, and also uh when I speak with a bad grammars, but actually native speaker speak with the fluent English, but yeah, so that's all.
All right. Thank you, Mbak Amanda, for sharing.
Yeah,
Mbak
thank
Yulia,
you.
do you have the same opinion or do you have different answer regarding why you want to speak English with a native speaker accent?
For me, if I speak like a native speaker, it's easier to make a friend abroad and easier to holiday in like Germany, because I wanna holiday in Germany, and yeah, it's easier to holiday.
Well, but in fact, actually, Germans, they speak Germans, right?
I
Yeah.
don't speak Germany, so
But
I
yeah, of course, they can speak English too, but their mother
yes.
tongue is German. Okay. Right, very interesting. So, okay, I'm going to go for the boys karena tadi udah girls ya. Mas Mukhtar, are you there? Mas Mukhtar?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Wait, ma'am. Um, Point D. My
Okay.
pronunciation is not as important as grammatical accuracy.
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 Accuracy. So what do you think?
Um, Sorry, ma'am. What accuracy in Indonesian?
Accuracy means how correct you are when you use grammar. Correctness.
Okay. Maybe I choose this point because my pronunciation is not really good. So
Do you agree or do you disagree with the statement? That's the question, actually. Do you think that pronunciation is not as important as grammatical accuracy? Or do you think the otherwise?
pronunciation.
So you think pronunciation is more important than grammatical accuracy?
Yes, because when we speak Even we speak with mistake grammatical, but our pronunciation is good, maybe other people will understand what we we mean.
Okay, thank you for the opinion. All right, all right. One more statement, Mbak Intan. Can you also please rename, like for example, here I got number, I don't know how to, I don't know who is that if you don't really rename. 336201, who is that? Okay, Mbak Karisa, can you say something about one of these statements?
Yes. For me, the statement that I caught in my eyes is I want to speak English without a single grammatical mistake. And for my opinion, based on my experience, I think it's kind of normal to see someone who wants to speak without any a grammar mistake because we wish to have a good English with like just like a native speaker. But I think it doesn't have to be that perfect as well, like without a single grammatical mistake, because I think we do have a mistake sometimes when we talk about English, because in my experience, when I try to learn English by myself to like try to speak with some native speaker, and I got like a mistake from there, and I apologize to them, and they're still like, no, it doesn't, like if it comes to speaking English, like speaking, you don't have to think about grammar. Just talk, just that.
Right, very nice. So there's actually no right or wrong answer. Yeah, if you have a certain opinion in how you respond to this statement, that's okay. Like for example, some of you or perhaps most of you would like to speak English with a perfect native speaker accent. That's okay, right? If you want to speak English without any single grammatical mistake, that's also okay, right? But if you want the otherwise, if you want to just speak normal English, it's okay to make mistake. That's also okay. So basically, that mindset is the one that I'd like you to learn when you are giving your opinions about anything. So everyone might have different opinion about something, but the more important thing is that you have a supporting argument on why you think this and that. For example, if I have to respond to the first statement, as I said to you, no, I don't think that I want to speak like a native speaker accent. I want to just speak the way I speak with my own accent because I think accent is part of my identity and I don't want to like change my identity. If any other people think like I speak in a certain accent resembling native speakers of certain countries, that's okay. But it's not really the one that I want to achieve actually. So here there are some very common words, if I may say, right? When we speak, then of course we talk about not only grammar, but also pronunciation and vocabulary. You have a good grammar knowledge, but you have limited vocabulary, then you will have difficulty in speaking, right? And then when it comes to speaking in front of class, in front of other people, in front of public, then it's very normal to feel nervous, right? Or worried before you speak. Yeah. So, do you share the same feeling or concerns, or do you perhaps have other concerns regarding speaking activity in class? Do you agree entirely? Do you experience the same thing, or do you have your own experience that you would like to share? Okay, Mas Gian. Yeah, go ahead. You can just turn on the microphone.
Okay, to be honest, I can agree that my pronunciation and my limited vocabulary is the main problem, but the most problematic and yeah, the main problem is the feeling of being nervous in front of the
There's a
class,
connection issue.
just
Yeah.
sitting in the class. Yeah.
I think there's a connection issue with Mas Gian, but thank you very much for volunteering, for sharing. I think you talk a little bit about vocabulary, and I agree that vocabulary is indeed a big thing, yeah, when it comes to not only speaking, when it comes to reading, when it comes to listening, when it comes to writing. If we have limited vocabulary, then it's going to be very hard to navigate ourselves. Yeah. Like, for example, in speaking, you have a lot of things in your head, but because you don't know how to spit it out, like you don't know what word is correct to describe your thoughts or your feeling, then you got frustrated, right? About academic English. Right. So let's do a quiz. Let's do it just together. So it's not really a real quiz. You don't have to worry. So the first one is the sentence: the researchers are very interested in some types of infectious diseases, written in academic or everyday English.
Can I answer?
Sure. Yeah. Mbak Karisa.
I think for me, it's on everyday English, but yeah, but I think some people may not know some words about the research or infectious, but for me, I think it's everyday English.
Okay. Why do you think it's everyday English, Mbak Karisa?
I think some of the words are just very often need to say, like the researchers are very interested in sometimes infectious disease, but I think even though you don't understand English, you should know the meaning.
Right. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, the words like researchers or infectious diseases are really in the domain of academic research, actually. But the word very interested here makes it not very academic. Yeah, so it's not really academic English, but it's not also everyday English, right? But in academic English, you might want to think twice before you use the word very. Karena apa? Karena academic English itu harusnya objective. And the word very is you want to emphasize something, but the emphasis is not really clear based on what. You know what I mean? So very, but very based on what? We're not really clear about that, right? So that's why academic English do not usually use the word very. Okay, thank you, Mbak Karisa. All right, now second one, which sentence do you think is more formal? They're actually carrying the similar idea, right, about new computer system being installed. But which one do you think is more formal? Both are correct, both have same idea or same meaning. Actually, it's just the way the sentence is structured is a bit different. Okay, any volunteer? What do you think?
It's me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait. But which sentence do you think?
A, they're installing the new computer system next month.
Okay. Why do you think so?
But yeah, I don't know.
Okay, it's okay. Thank you. Right. I have on the chat box, Mas Gian said that B is more formal. Do you have any reason, Mas Gian? Is correct, yeah. So A, the sentence type is active voice, and B is passive voice. And in academic English, especially in written text, then the passive voice is more preferred because it shows more objective tone, ya. There are some alternatives for very. Tadi Mbak Farika sudah sebutin ya, extremely. That's definitely one of the alternative. You can also use the word highly. Yeah, for example, in the sentence, the theory is highly relevant to our research. You can also use the word remarkably. Example-nya, the team collaboration was remarkably efficient. Another example is significantly, and last one is exceptionally. So you might want to check again the use of the language that you used in your presentation and try to make it sound academic sesuai dengan mata kuliahnya ya. You don't want to just use very common words or vocabulary. You try to level up the use of your academic vocabulary to make your presentation sound more formal, more academic. Silakan, ada yang mau menambahkan? Is there any interesting thing that you would like to share about after watching the presentation video? What about the use of English? Do you find words like gotta, gonna, wanna, kinda?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. So that's another point that you need to learn and also adopt in your presentation. That in academic presentation, you may want to use English that's neutral. Yeah, it doesn't have to be very formal, but you need to avoid very colloquial types of English. Today we discuss about how to choose certain language to make our presentation has an academic tone. Itu Mbak Yulia, I hope that answers your questions ya.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Okay, any other question? Joel ya? Okay. I think that's all. I'm not going to what is it? Do more because it's already an hour or so, yeah. And I think you just have to like have some rest on the weekend while preparing Monday. You just have to show that you have submitted. Oh no, actually the deadline is in the evening, so it's okay actually. On Monday you don't need to do anything. Thank you very much everyone for joining the online class. I know that online class is not easy, right? And I actually know that you also prefer offline class, but I'm really sorry. Good care. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.